Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a super brief but absolutely game-changing reflection. It's a piece of writing that takes this quiet, deeply personal act of gratitude and connects it to nothing less than global transformation. Now, I know that might sound like a massive leap, right? Going from how you feel on a tough Tuesday morning to the entire world's well-being. But stick with me, because as we unpack her words, you'll see exactly how these two concepts perfectly intertwine. Okay, let's dive straight into this reflection from the author Oluyomi Oladevid. She writes, "Nights of enduring thankfulness precede the dawn of possibilities." It's such a striking reminder that those really difficult times, the metaphorical nights we literally all face, can actually act as the launch pad for brand new possibilities. But, and this is key, there is a condition. It only happens if we can manage to practice a very specific kind of thankfulness. And if you look at the imagery she pairs this with, you see lush green grass and a thriving tree right alongside these tall city buildings. It's this beautiful harmony between nature and human development, kind of hinting at the much larger global themes she's about to explore with us. Section 1. The Dawn of Possibilities. Unpacking Enduring Thankfulness. Notice her specific phrasing right here. She says, nights of enduring thankfulness. She's deliberately telling us that gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's not just a quick thank you when something awesome happens to fall right into our laps. Instead, she frames it as an enduring practice. It requires stamina, It's an active, resilient posture meant to carry us safely through the dark, uncertain nights of our lives. It's essentially the bridge that gets us to that dawn of possibility she was talking about. Moving on to Section 2, 3 Directions of Hope, a guide to finding gratitude. So how do we actually do this? She gives us this beautifully simple, almost rhythmic 3-step practice. Look inward, look upward, look around. It's incredibly concise, but think about it. It covers literally every dimension of the human experience. She's asking us to reflect on our own internal state, then to seek a higher perspective or spiritual connection, and finally, to really observe our immediate environment and the community right around us. And right after pointing us in those 3 directions, she drops this empowering guarantee. She says, there are always reasons for which you can be thankful and full of hope. The huge takeaway for us here is that hope does not depend on having picture-perfect circumstances. If you actively search inward, upward, and around, those positive forces are always there. They are always accessible to you, just waiting to be found. All right, Section 3, Mental Health and SDGs, from micro to macro. Now, this is where things get really fascinating. We're shifting from the micro, our individual minds, to the macro. She links our internal attitudes directly to broader societal outcomes. Attitudes of gratitude, she points out, are great for mental health and total well-being. Usually, we see hashtags used for, trending pop culture or viral memes, but here she uses hashtag gratitude and hashtag mental health to actively jump into a really modern, urgent conversation about how we care for human minds in today's society. She's moving way beyond just poetic reflection and pointing out the tangible, highly practical benefits of this mindset. And this right here is where her professional background totally shines through. She deliberately tags hashtag SDG3 and hashtag sustainable development. Now, for those who might not be familiar, SDG 3 refers to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3. That goal is all about ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being for absolutely everyone. By connecting her post to these massive global targets, she is taking a simple daily practice of thankfulness and elevating it into a fundamental building block for global transformation. She's powerfully arguing that a sustainable, healthy world actually begins with the enduring thankfulness of the individual. Pretty amazing, right? Let's look at Section 4, Meet Oluyomi Oladevid, the vision behind the words. To really get a grasp on this micro to macro viewpoint, we need to take a look at the author herself. Through her Insights profile, she introduces herself first and foremost as a Nigerian who genuinely loves people and as someone deeply concerned about global development and transformation. When you know that context, it makes perfect sense why she so seamlessly weaves a personal reflection on gratitude together with global sustainable development goals. It's just fundamentally who she is and what she cares about. Looking at her professional life, she outlines her drive in 3 main areas. She thrives on generating solutions, influencing policy and strategy, and providing clarity. When you view her post on gratitude through this specific professional lens, you realize it's definitely not just another internet feel-good quote. To her, fostering gratitude and mental health is a strategic solution. It's a highly effective way to provide clarity and actually influence the sustainable development of society at large. Finally, she completely grounds this massive passion for global well-being in her own personal faith. In her profile, she states, "My Father God owns and rules the universe. He is the wheel within my wheels." That is such a vivid, powerful metaphor. It reveals the true internal driving force behind all the work she does. Remember earlier when she told us to look upward to find hope? Well, this deeply held belief is the exact wellspring she is drawing from. It's the rock-solid foundation that informs her own enduring thankfulness and her tireless drive to see real global transformation.
So, after laying all of this out, connecting personal hope to global sustainability, she leaves her readers with this simple, really uplifting sign-off. Have grateful days. It's a warm encouragement to not just experience a fleeting moment of gratitude, but to actively build an ongoing lifestyle out of it, day after day. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to turn this right back over to you and leave you with a question to really chew on. Where will you look today? Inward, upward, or around to find your reason to be thankful and full of hope? Remember her promise. The reasons are absolutely always there if you just look for them. So which direction will spark your own dawn of possibilities today? Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I truly hope this framework helps you find exactly what you need today.